Hello everybody, welcome back into a video. I don't know if, obviously Gamescom has come and go by now, so at least the opening night live, like where it was essentially the main event where there was a whole bunch of games, obviously including, Sonic Frontiers, which is the point of this video. So there was a new story trailer that kind of gave us some clue into what the story is. We also got a new island location. We'll get into that later. And we now have the official release date. So I'm going to shut up now and play the trailer for itself. And for those who are interested in a video maybe next day or two after this one, maybe I'll kind of take the cut. Essentially get a clip of the part like where I live reacted to the trailer itself. My initial reaction to it. So then, I'll do that in like a separate upload for those interested. You can check that out for yourself. Without further ado, let's get to the trailer. Then we'll go over the new information from from Sega PR itself. So without further ado, here's the trailer.
Hey!
Submit. Your reckless actions endanger the world. You cannot run forever. Leave immediately.
And there we have it. So let's take a look at the standard edition real quick. So here it is. So as you can see here, the game is for PS5/PS4, Xbox One, Series X, and Switch. It is also on PC, but for whatever reason this image doesn't note it for some strange reason. But anyway, so as a preload edition, if you pre-order it, you get the Adventurous Treasure Box, which includes blue seeds of defense, skill points, red seeds of power. So now let's take a look at the comparisons, because there's also a digital deluxe edition. So as you can see here, a nice little flowchart. I love it. Much pure and simple compared to where the Sonic Origins one, where that was a complete disaster. So let's see. As you can see with the base edition, you get the game, plus the Adventure Treasure Box, as we just went over. Now let's take a look at what the digital deluxe edition includes. Amy's memory tokens, a portal gear, Chaos Summerval keys, additional gloves and shoes for Sonic, and a digital art book with 25-track digital mini soundtrack. Now, I'll probably get the deluxe edition on Xbox, since I have like nearly $60 in currency, so that pretty much covers, the base game pretty much. So I would only have to pay like the additional 10 for the digital deluxe. So hey, I pretty much have that covered, so why not? So anyway, let's take a look at some for you Switch owners out there who are curious about the Switch version. Here are some screenshots of kind of like gives you an idea of what it looks like outside the direct trailer we got 1 or 2 months ago. So without further ado, here we go. So here's this, seemingly, the first island, obviously, as Sonic approaches a cyberspace gate. And here's another one where we're in front of another cyberspace gate. And here's another one where he's taken down, I believe that's the tower mini-boss that we've seen in previous gameplay footage, I believe. If I remember right. And here's another one. And this is, I believe that Ashura boss, I think, is the name of it. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I am not too sure about that one. So, anyway, And here's one final image, which is actually the new area, which is, according to Sega PR, is called Ares. So I believe that's the name of a Greek god. So it's kind of interesting that Sega is naming areas like that. So that's very interesting. Oh, and if you on the official Sonic Frontiers website, there is actually a newsletter they're offering. It says sign up by January 31st, 2023 and get in-game content exclusively available to our newsletter subscribers. Simply enter your details with email a code straight to your inbox after Sonic Frontiers has been released on November 8th. We'll send more details about the in-game content and how to redeem your code to download the content at a later date. So basically, I've already signed up for it. Basically, you kind of pick the platform you want to choose for. Obviously, like I said before, I'm getting the game on Xbox, so I selected the Series X version of the game. So, and for those wondering, the game they are not jumping full on into the next gen pricing yet, which kind of makes sense because it's a cross-gen game. So, hey, you know what? Good for Sega for not being total douchebags about that. So, if y'all know me, I've been very against the $70 price point. So, I know people are gonna call me out for saying, but hey, you're buying 70. But to be fair though, I'm only really spending like 10 or 15 to 20 really, if you want to really think about it. Just saying, you know, and that's for a digital deluxe edition. That's not the base game, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, so we got one more. So anyway, now that and also there's actually even more details to go over, based on the official Steam page, and there's actually one side of bad news, as we'll get into in a minute. So without further ado, let's go to the Steam database page, shall we? And as you can see, the game is going to incorporate DRM once again, like Sonic Origins. You don't learn, Sega, now do you? You do not fucking learn at all. No, you have not. Apologies for that, but why do these companies never learn that DRM does not DRM is only essentially just trying to. I don't know why these companies think DRM is going to stop piracy. Piracy is going to happen. Like, companies don't give a crap. That's kind of why I respect, CDPR, because they don't use DRM in their games, and hell, GOG doesn't. So that's actually a good thing. So, like I said before, DRM it just slows down piracy. It's not going to stop it. So I don't know why these companies, haven't learned their lesson yet. I guess Sega still hasn't. And for those who don't know, DRM can, like de novo, can actually affect the performance of your game on PC. So it essentially just pisses people off. So I don't know why. So I don't know why companies do this. I really don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid no matter what. Period. So anyway, enough of that side little rant. Let's actually continue. Let's go back to the listing so I can actually go forward with what the Steam database has to say. Here we go. Your description, official synopsis: worlds are colliding in Sonic the Hedgehog's newest adventure. In search of the missing Chaos Emeralds, Sonic becomes stranded on an ancient island teeming with unusual creatures. Battle hordes of enemies, explore a breathtaking world of action, adventure, and mystery. Excite to new heights, experience the thrill of high-velocity, open-zone platforming. As you race to across 5 Starfall Islands, we know 2 of them, so jump into adventure, wield the power of the ancients, and fight to stop these new foes. Welcome to the evolution of Sonic. The Digital Deluxe Edition comes with the Explorer's Treasure Box, which contains useful items, Amy's, Knuckles, and Tails' memory token, so Knuckles is confirmed. So, Portal Gears, Vault Keys for Chaos Emeralds, additional gloves and shoes, and a digital art book, like we kind of went over before. And you also get the Adventure's Treasure Box, which that's included with the base version. So, here we go. Experience on the open zone platforming. Race across 5 massive overworld islands brimming with dense forests, overflowing waterfalls, and dazzling desert landscapes, each with their own unique action platforming challenges and hidden secrets. Adventure across 5 islands, see what each one has to offer at the speed of only Sonic can. Blaze a trail as you see fit, and discover side quests, puzzles, scaling normal structures, go fishing, and encounter friendly fish or 2. Discover portals scattered across the island and venture to cyberspace levels through portals scattered across the island, featuring signature platform and Sonic speeds, packed with challenges to put your skills to the test. So how many of these cyberspace levels are going to be, per island? And considering there's five, so now we know there's five. We know two, which was the green essentially the foresty one, and then there's the desert one. So we still got three left. One of them, I would not be surprised, is like a snowy one, because that's usually a tradition with the Sonic franchise, usually, so I would not be surprised if that's one. The other two, though, maybe lava, because that's also another one. Maybe the last one is like maybe tech-based. Who knows? We'll see, though. Or, cyberspace theme. That'd be kind of weird if an island is cyberspace itself. Anyway, so let's continue with, because there's still more with this Steam database listing. So here we go. Cyber-powered combat. The Starfire Islands are home to strange creatures Sonic has never encountered before. Use the all-new battle system with skill tree upgrades to fight, combining moves such as dodges, parries, counters, combos, and new side loop ability. Take down mysterious foes. Become Sonic and journey to uncover the mysteries of the island. To uncover the mysteries or remains of an ancient civilization plagued by robotic hordes, with nothing but a handful of questions and a disembodied voice to guide you. Set out to save your friends and enigmatic inhabitants of the Starfire Islands from a colossal mechanized threat. This game may be updated over time and have paid for and free additional content released for it. So it looks like DLC is possibly DLC's confirmed for it. Maybe story expansions for the first time in a Sonic game. Who knows? That'd be kind of great. Or like say DLCs that add new islands. Who knows? I mean, who knows? So I guess time will tell. And here they give some minimal requirement specs for it. So it requires 64-bit processor and operating system, Windows 10, obviously. Core i7 3700. Huh. That's actually surprising that this game actually has higher minimum requirements than Spider-Man Spider-Man Remastered does. Because the minimum for that one is a 950, and this is a GTX 1060. Kind of surprising, don't you think? Very interesting. DirectX 1211. I mean, well, that's actually lower than what Spider-Man used, but anyway. Storage 28 gig. That's actually pretty small for an open world game. It's I guess recommended ones are still not available yet, I guess, for that one. And that's the end of the Steam base. So, okay, I've got questions now, okay, because at one point, towards the end of the trailer, there was this moment where Sonic's arm had that cyberspace thing. It looked like he was hurt. What was that about? That's gonna be very interesting to see what happens there. So, very interesting. So, and also, like, so, because the Game Informer were kind of thinking that, that Sage was helping him. So, but here, that's obviously the very opposite of it. So, very interesting to see what happens there. So if Sage is an enemy, so what now? So, who was that AI that we've seen in gameplay that was helping him? So, maybe another new character, maybe? And also, we know Knuckles is going to be... So, it sounds like Amy, I guess, is the guardian for the Sand One. So, who's the friend he has to save in the first one? Maybe Tails is, which makes the most sense. But I'm very curious to see what happens. And second of which, really wonder how Eggman's going to tackle all this, because if he's not the main villain, I wonder what his role is. That's going to be very interesting to see what happens now. And also, I wonder what other characters, if any, from the usual cast, I wonder is going to show up. I know there was leaks about Shadow possibly, so maybe you have to save him or something at one of them. Who knows? But or in previous games he could be like a little boss battle because he doesn't remember anything. Because if you remember, Sonic loses memory, or something. But who knows though? So I'm very curious to see what happens with this game, and I think I'm sold on this game. I mean, I already was, so now I'm very curious to see now, because it's very interesting. And before we finish this video off, the comparison to the Wii series, the storybook games, that is more apparent than ever. That is really more apparent. Because it seems to be like the character development of Sonic, seemingly they're talking about like we're kind of evolving his character. I love that, because I think the Black Knight is by far possibly the best characterization of Sonic in the entire franchise, from a story perspective, in my honest opinion. And if they could do it like that, bam, I'm sold. I'm sold on this game, and I cannot wait for November 8th. Well, we now finally have a release date. So that's coming out the same day as some other games, and right before a big game, which is like the next day after. Man, November seemingly still have some big releases, but you know. Anyway, I'm very excited. So what do you all think? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you are getting this game, what version are you gonna pick it up on, and what version are you gonna get, the standard or the digital deluxe? For me, I'll probably get the digital deluxe edition on Xbox because I already have most of it paid off in currency. So anyway, that's it for this video. Hope if you like this video, hit the like button on the way out, and consider sub to the channel. Do not miss out any more videos. We are nearing 250 subscribers, and I would like to reach that so before the end of the year. But hey, we'll see. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.